Well, I accidentally hit the record button. Didn't mean to, but I started a new video segment. That's fine, maybe I'll put it in the notes, say, hey, you can just jump to this new segment, and that'll show when I actually assemble all of the gears back together. So I've got my 3 ground down gears, and I'm just kind of dry fitting them, just, you know, so you can see what we're going for. Now, if you were to just glue these like that and leave it like that, that would be bad, because these teeth are not aligned. What you need to do is, when the glue is still wet, you need to dry fit this, okay, till it goes all the way down, and it will eventually. It hasn't yet. And you can see how things are getting a little misaligned. Also, I've got some rough edges. We want to take all those off. Okay, so yeah, it's not going to spin because, well, it does spin, but everything's really rough right now. Things are all over the place. But anyway, when you glue them down, you do need to put them in the motor case so all the gears can line up with the spur gear. Otherwise, if they're solid and you try to put it in there, it's not gonna fit. Or you'll end up breaking the glue, and then you've got a mess of solidified glue, which will cause friction. So I'm just clearing off any rough edges. Trying to get off any residue. Okay. Alright, so for gluing, you can be a little more liberal with the glue. It still doesn't take much. You could, well, I can't really remember how I glued the last one, but I don't think I would recommend putting glue in this hole, because then it's going to squirt out the top, and the clearance between this and the back white plate here, I think, is none. I think these protrusions directly touch this white plate, so you don't want any glue squirting out the top. So I am going to apply glue around the base. It really doesn't take a lot. We're not talking about huge forces here. Isn't this exciting? Oh man. Alright, let's spread this around. Where's my toothpick? Well, here's a short stub of a toothpick. Okay, and I can't wait long, because if this dries, this part's basically ruined, because then I won't be able to push these all the way down flush. Okay, and before I wait any longer, I need to align this on that spur gear without rotating it too much. Gotta get everything lined up. Come on. Basically, you're trying to line up 3 sets of gears all at the same time, so you can move one relative to the other 2, and then hope that that fixes it. But because they're not really... nope, that didn't get it. I remember the last one being easier. Oh, okay, there it goes. Now, I can spin it, and I don't hear any rubbing on the sides. If I did hear rubbing on the sides, then I could pull this out and grind off things on the sides, but that's just a step I don't really want to do. So, is that free enough spinning? Yep, that's free spinning. I'm just going to leave that there. I'm not going to touch it. And the reason I don't want to seal this up yet is because when the glue dries, it releases a little bit of chemical residue into the air, and I just don't want that chemical residue landing anywhere else on the motor. So I'm going to leave that there and not put that together now. But if you did want to see an example, if you didn't see a previous video about what the performance of these modified motors are, here is a modified motor. You can ignore the worm groove or the worm gear. That's something I was using earlier. This is a power puller wheel. These are quite heavy. Just to give you a size comparison, there's a Unimog wheel next to it. The Unimog weighs maybe about a third of what the power puller does. So the power puller is very heavy. It's a lot of rotational mass. But if you connect this to a battery pack, and I've got one of my modified battery packs from a previous video, so I can run on 8 rechargeable cells, plus I've also got a soldered or shunted resettable fuse. This is going to get spinning so fast that you might see the rubber start to deform as if it's going to sling off of the rim. Yeah. Hit the resonant frequency a little bit. That's about as fast as that's going. You might can hear the noise or the sound. If I turn this off, it'll be a very long coast down unless I stop it. Jesus. So a lot of rotational speed. I guess what the stock speed is 3,600 RPM. I can't remember. You can go look it up. But well, anyway, I guess that's it. Once you put that back together, well, it'll look like this. And that's how you take out both stages of gear reduction from an extra large motor.